Jenna. I'm 40 years old transgender woman from Belgian origin, half Italian. I'm now going to work, but I want to give a little bit of an update on my feminization operation I had 3 weeks ago. 4 weeks ago. The last time I was online putting something, what happened to me was when I went to the operation for my feminization. So now I give a little bit updates. 4 weeks ago I had the operation. The operation went very well, not very big problems, also no pain after the operation. My face was swollen, big, red, but it went away very quickly. After 1 week, almost everything already was gone. Sorry for the sun. It's a nice weather, so it's enjoying. About 2 weeks after that, about 5 days after the operation, they took off the bandage. I looked like a swollen tomato at that point. And about 2 weeks after that, they took out the stitches, everything. I had my front head done, my eyebrows, my chin, a little bit my nose. Not so much actually, just little small things. So I feel better. I can pass better like a woman. For the rest, I had like 3 weeks of medical leave for the operation from work. I started last week with back going to work half days, because I cannot do a lot of heavy lifting and I have to be cautious about my muscles for my jaw and everything. So it was a little bit adjusting. This week I have to work like 6 hours, and next week I probably will start with 8 hours a week working again for a whole week. Because after that week, the sun is shining in my eyes. Because after that week I have my sex orientation change operation, so I will be going back into hospital and probably will be out for like 3 or 4 months for work after that. So it will be quite difficult. 2 big operations, very short after each other, but better fast and everything than drag it over the years, I think. So a little bit have to watch out in front of me. The car is Dutch driver. You can see it on the license plates. It's black and yellow. So for some people who don't know, I live beside the border of the Netherlands. I work in the Netherlands, so we'll be crossing the border soon. You will not notice anything from that because there are no border controls. So it's just like driving from one village to another village. But there are quite different laws according to how your employee has to treat you about medical operations and like transgender. In the Netherlands they are more, let's say, modern at that point. They cannot fire me, they cannot do anything. Actually, they can only fire somebody who is ill, and I cannot be able to work like after 2 years if they didn't find any replacement job in the company. So they are by law required to find a job inside the company. For you can do, not always possible. If you're just a worker, you cannot go like doing office work or something like that. You have not degrees or diplomas for that, but it helps. So like for my operation now, I don't lose any pay on it. I just go in medical leave, and that's paid the same as when I go to work, except one thing, I don't get my driver allowance. So, but that's not a problem because I'm not driving anyway to the work, so I will keep my shift allowance even I'm not working, so that's okay. And for the rest, at work they take it very well. Now came out about a year ago to a workplace that I'm transgender, and I must say I've been accepted very well. I have no complaints, no colleagues of mine have complained. Actually, I had my best review how I worked in 15 years after coming out of them. So the company also invested a lot of money in building a bathroom for me. That's very nice, because otherwise I had to get dressed by the men and take showers in the men's dressing rooms. That's not very comfortable if you're becoming a woman. Some of my colleagues were like, I don't feel very comfortable after like 3 or 4 months after when I started with my hormone replacement therapy and my breast began to grow. They were like, oh, that's not great. So it's strange to see colleagues where you get undressed like 15 years after each other, then suddenly, because you have a little bit breast, like, oh, I don't feel comfortable around you. I'm getting undressed. I should say that, not they. If you see now on the highway to the Netherlands now, they are working on the long bridge over there that goes over the River Moose. So it will be taking like a year to fix it, because the last 6 years they did nothing about it. I have to watch my speed over here, because at the moment they are working over here it's much control on speed limits. They have like automatic speed control limits, checkers, and cameras that make pictures of you if you go too fast. So it's a little bit you ensure that you're not driving too fast. Normally I drive a little bit faster, just a little bit, like a little bit over the speed limit. I'm not a very good, how you say, driver. I drive very good, but if it's going with speed limits and those things, I get annoyed very quickly if people are driving too slow or do stupid things in front of me. So, like over here, I feel my car protesting the lower speeds, you know, it wants to drive a little bit faster. What happened to the rest of my life? Let's see. When I went on sick leave, I also started a course for doing my nails. So I have now done like about 10 lessons. No, 9 lessons. That 10 lessons is next week. Then I have done all the basic lessons for being a nail artist, but I still have to practice a lot. So, but it's nice. I get calmer doing it. It's just like a little bit of yoga for me when I'm doing it. My mind drifts not away and it's just concentrating and not drifting away to other things, thinking. I hope I will be a little bit good at it, because it's nice to have something to do maybe after work to earn a little bit extra money, because transitioning is not very cheap. Normally my operation on my face would have happened in a local hospital, but because of COVID they were not allowed to do aesthetic operations. So the surgeon team over there searched another place in a private hospital, and I have have to go there to do my operation over there, but with the surgical team of the gender team of the hospital where I was in. They did the operation in another hospital then for me. The only difference was in the hospital I had a down payment plan for my operation, so I didn't have to pay everything at once. Going to the private hospital, I had to pay everything at once. I paid around 11,000 euros. That's a lot of money if you do have to pay it at once, because my insurance decided not to pay it back, with the reason I look feminine enough, so I was looking like more enough for a woman for them, so they said you don't need it. But yeah, it's not just about the looks, it's also about how you feel inside, how you feel confident outside, how you are perceived as a woman outside, so you don't get bullied a lot. All those things are also important, not just from saying, we find you looking like a woman, so you don't get anything money from back, you have to pay everything yourself. Assholes. So you wonder sometimes why you pay your insurance money, because it was my Dutch insurance payment, and Belgium insurance payment where I live don't pay anyway a facial operation. So if you say, like the Dutch say, yeah, we pay it back, and then you say they don't pay it back, it's like, why do you pay actually money for it? Because it's just like, I know some people in the US pay like $300, $400, $500 a month for insurance, and had to pay a lot of money first. Like in the Netherlands, you have to pay. They have also now private insurance, yeah, but everybody is by law have to be insured. So I pay about $100, I think, a month. And if every time I ask something from the Dutch insurance, no. So fuck, why I have to pay? I have to pay by law because I work over here, but if you don't get anything from it, so it's like waste of money. Just keep me the money, I put it aside, some bank account or something like shares, stock change, I don't know. I have more of it and then get the money after. Then I like the Belgian insurance better. They just say no, we don't pay it, so you know you don't know if you have to pay it by yourself. I don't know if you can see it at the Dutch highways. You have to drive about 100 kilometers an hour. Actually, it is shorter for me if I drive through the villages to my work, but this is easier, you know. No red lights, almost no cameras on the road. So it's a little bit easier. So I like driving it over here. It's faster, even if it's a longer distance. You can drive it a little bit faster. We are just passing a tank filling station for the American people over here. We have to pay about $2.20 at the moment for gasoline for the car. A liter, just not a gallon, just a liter. A gallon is about 4 times more, so you have to recalculate that to about $9, I think, about a gallon over here. It's getting quite expensive just to get to work. There's no direct public transportation to my working place. There is, but I have to get from the bus to the train station, from the train station to the train, and then I have to like walk 10 minutes before I at my company, so that's not the most practical, because you're like more than 2 hours on the way for a 15-kilometer drive. I had an electric bike, but I sold it paying for my transitions. So I'm thinking about buying a new electric bike so I can go to work in the summer with nice weather, just biking. Let's pass the truck. On my left side at the moment we are passing the airport from over here, a little local airport. We can fly to Turkey, Spain, Portugal, I think some places in Africa, then I think also to the UK or something like that. It's very local, it's more for companies who fly in, the executives, they land over here and then go from here to the industrial parks, so to visit the companies they own. For people who are interested in it, I work in Maastricht. Maastricht is a place where one of the most important documents of the European Union was signed. Also Bush came over here to negotiate something. I don't know not anymore what, because I'm not really interested in if politicians fly across the world for something to eat. I'm almost at work, so you can see the drive is not so long for me. Other things in my life, I made a lot of pictures. I printed them out in an album, make some little box with some about 80-90 loose pictures. I ordered a picture in a frame with me on it to give to my parents. My parents are still not accepting me as transgender, and every time I come at their place there are all pictures of me as a boy, and they start using my female name but still referring me as my boy name. So I will give them soon those pictures if I have everything received from the mail order, and then maybe they put it up and maybe it helped them to work out the problems with not accepting it, because if you surround you with all the pictures of the past how I was, I think it makes it just more difficult to accept who I am as a woman. You have to understand, my parents are like in the 70s, so they come from completely different traditions. Also, the Flemish culture where I live in is very conservative. They vote very right. They talk about family values like the Republicans bullshitting in America, the same things. The Flemish say they are open, but we are actually very close people. It's very difficult to make friends if we are not grow up with the Flemish people. It's difficult to make friends with them. They are very polite. Don't understand me. They will be polite. They will talk to you. They will help you. But becoming friends is something different. So you can. I find it easier to get friends with the French part-speaking country, with the Dutch, with the Germans. Even if they say the Germans are not very polite, they are honest. You know, if they don't like you, they say they don't like you. So it's much easier. I'm almost at work. Our company has changed from owners like the last 3 months. It makes sometimes difficult, like 2 days ago I had to reinstall my email account from work, and there was a new email account and everything gets screwed up between the old system and the new system. So I'm at work now. going to say bye-bye. Have a nice day. Enjoy everything. So bye-bye. Love you.